Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, my name is Jeremy Colbert. I am the regional manager here at Hobby Lobby. I oversee 15 locations and I've been with the company for over 10 years. I have had an opportunity to see us grow over these 10 years and am excited to see some of the growth that we'll have in the future. Before we get started today, I want to visit our mission, which is providing a return on investments and sharing the Lord's blessing with our employees and investing in our community. Today, that will be kind of the guiding principles as we look at the organization and look at some of the structure and see some of the possible changes that we can possibly have with our future. We were founded in 1970. David and Barbara Green took out a $600 loan and started doing frames out of their home. This turned into a huge enterprise over the next couple years. We are sanctioned out of Oklahoma City, which is one of the biggest locations for all arts and crafts retailers around the world. Today, I'm glad to say that we have over 1,000 stores and over 46,000 employees that are employed across 48 states um, in America. Hobby Lobby offers over 70,000 items from home decor to seasonal decorations, tableware, floral, arts and crafts, and so much more. So as we look at that today, we have been blessed with our past and want to look forward to a wonderful future as we move forward. Today, we're going to take a look at Forbes magazines. They have compiled the most admired things about a company that we're going to use that as a lens to look over our company as a whole and see if there's areas that we can have some improvement in. I will quickly go over some of the categories that they have. Innovation, the ability for companies to introduce new ideas, products, and services, and the ability to be creative in the marketplace. Quality of management, the strengths and visions and effectiveness of the leadership, down from the lowest person here to our executive top level leadership. Long-term investing values. Is this firm a place where people will feel comfortable with investing in? Are we providing a platform for individuals to be able to give those investments and feel confident in being a part of our journey? Excuse me. Social responsibility, and this goes for uh, the community and also in the environment, the degree in which we ethically contribute positively to society. Number five, people management. How well are we treating our people? Do we treat our company well? And do we treat the employees with fairness? And do we have a diverse workplace and a culture that is successful? Quality of products and services. This is perceived in excellence and reliability in the consistency that the company offers. Number seven would be financial soundness. Overall, are we making decisions that are sound as a firm, and are we profitable and sustainable? Wise use of company assets. How well are we using the things that are allocated as resources within our company? And this is kind of a platform that we use to navigate. Are we doing things well? And how do we compare to other organizations across our nation? Forbes has done a wonderful job of using this as an evaluating tool in the past, and this is going to be a frame of work that we use to look at our organization as well. Um, Underperforming dimensions. These are the ones that we can look at and see if there's ways that we can improve. One of the major issues that Hobby Lobby has had and is currently facing is some of our social responsibilities. Whether we understand it or not, our Christian values provide a framework that may cause some people to have some reluctancies, whether when it comes to inclusion or when it comes to changing with the environments. We want to make sure we still look at that as a strength, but we can also perceive it as a possible weakness as well. Financial soundness, negative press and backlash reduce trust and decrease employee pride in our work. We want to make sure that we're always looking at ways to improve and manage some of the press and the backlashes that we may have possibly had from decision making of our past. Market inclusiveness. Are we inclusive in our marketing? Are we just marketing to one category? We realize that the social dynamics are consistently changing, and are we doing a good job of being innovative and making those switches? So these are things that we can look at for improvement. Some of the ramifications for not making these changes quickly are decline in market shares. Competitors with stronger digital imprint can capture younger audiences. We need to make sure that we are constantly making innovations that allow us to capture all audiences that make it convenient for them, which takes us to our next one, the customer attrition. With customers and different markets that are allowing things to be a little bit more convenient with online platforms and some of the technology that's available, are we seeing some customer attrition because of that? Long-term investment in values, as we seem stagnant to some investors, are we being innovative that shows that we are staying ahead of some of the things that are happening throughout our times and being innovative with some of those changes? So now we're going to take a look at our current structure as an organization. Some of these things have been in existence from the beginning. We are a company with a huge history, and with that history, some things have been set in place and maybe not looked at as change. As we look at our organization, we realize our decision making is centralized, and it is a very top-heavy organization with decision making. We understand that these cultural decisions are made from our deep-rooted conservative Christian values that shape a lot of our current policies and also our employee expectations. While this provides clarity and alignment, it also reduces adaptation and also inclusiveness. So we want to make sure that we remain conscious of this when we navigate some of these things with some of the cultural responsibilities, and we are making adjustments to be able to accommodate some of the inclusivity that may be necessary to remain sustainable. But we realize that this has an effect on our social responsibility, and that's one of the dimensions that were mentioned in previous conversations. So some of our struggling dimensions that we'll take a look at. Hobby Lobby, when it comes to innovation, Hobby Lobby has a limited digital platform. So we need to look at considering transformation in this aspect. The quality of our products and services, I believe this ties right back into the convenience that we offer this from an online platform. Our market is changing. Some of our competitors are giving some more convenient options, and we need to see if that's something that we need to explore as an organization. Long-term investments, as we have not shown a tendency to adapt to some of the things that are happening with our environment and not shown some of the innovations, are we compatible for people to look at for investments? So we want to make sure that we're not underperforming in these innovative times. Wise use of corporate assets. Are we leveraging our assets, both our physical stores, our brand reputation, and in these competitive markets? So we keep looking at these digital platforms as an option for us to make improvements for us as an organization. So looking at our organizational structure, like as mentioned before, we are very centralized with our decision making. And we're also formalized with our decision making. We offer a hierarchy type of structure when it comes to business. We have a decision that basically a chain of command. The people who are in these decision chairs usually make those decisions, and it trickles down to every employee throughout our organization. We know this has been a strength in the past, but as we look towards innovation, we also have to look at this possibly being one of our weaknesses, because of it dampens the idea of ideas flowing from the bottom to the top in communication. We are also heavily driven in reward systems, which may cause some reluctancies and also cause a competitive environment with our employees. So, and when we look at that and we look at these instant gratifications with some of our reward systems, we may not be allotting opportunity for individuals to grow and to change and to be more innovative. So we need to consider this as a possible weakness. Conscious capitalism emphasizes a higher purpose, stakeholders integrity, conscious leadership, and conscious culture. Here at Hobby Lobby, we're very purpose driven because of our faith-based leadership, but we fall short when it comes to conscious culture on the values of inclusivity. We've mentioned that before. Our environmental responsibility, is it aligning with all of our stakeholders? And when we say all of our stakeholders, are we considering every single person that we serve? And we need to make sure that we're conscious of that. With that being said, the conscious culture is very leadership oriented, which means that we are very conscious of our leaders, but are we also conscious of our tellers, our people who may be sweeping the floors or cleaning restrooms? Are we conscious of those individuals as we make decisions? So let's look at some ways to improve. We're going to look at a improvement plan using Kotter as our 8-step change model. And we're going to go through these quickly because I want to be before you for a short period of time, and I'll allow questions at the end. So let's quickly go through those. Establishing a sense of urgency. Are we sharing data points that matter and keeping people abreast to these data points? Forming a powerful coalition. This is important. We need to find a cross-cultural functioning leadership team, which is consistent of executive leadership, employees, and external advisors. Are we allowing this to be a platform, and can we make this change? Creating a vision for change. Positioning Hobby Lobby as a leader in the faith-based community and in environments that steward what we're talking about, some of our vision. Communicating the vision. Are we communicating this vision across our board so everyone understands and can get in line with our vision? Empowering others to act. Are we allocating resources that allow people to get behind some of the initiatives that we have going on? Generating short-term wins. Launching pilot programs which consider, like the community, it could be something simple as recycling or eco-friendly product lines, and really pushing those things to the forefront of the things that we do here. Consolidating our gains. Are we scaling for success? Across all of our stores, we mentioned that we have 1,000 stores. Is this efficient? Is our leadership structure efficient to serve these stores well? Anchoring change in the culture. We have to looking at our mission and really reevaluating how we're instilling this in our employees, and are we doing a good job of this? Are we doing this through mentorship? Are we doing this through personal development or even spiritual development? These are ways that we can look at improving. These are some of the challenges as we look at aligning our goals. And these are some things that have been identified. So we can look at cultural resistance. As we talked about our values being faith-based, are people taking this on as maybe we're challenging their faith if we make some of these changes? And we really need to kind of reroute that and talk more about stewardship. Are we doing things in a way that is stewarding things well? Operational adjustments, the chain of command, HR systems that realigned that include stability and inclusivity. Communication gaps, are we communicating these things well? And are we hearing from the bottom up to where we are listening to the people who are involved in our organization? From a manager standpoint, there are a few things that we have learned over the past. Avoiding these rigid structures that doesn't allow us to adapt very well to change. So we want to make sure that we're a little bit more loose with some of the structure that we provide that allows some input and also allows some change to happen. Encouraging stakeholders with cultural shifts to reduce resistance. So are we encouraging individuals who may not be um, a part of our everyday to day operations? Are we being open and honest with our employees and also with the consumers that is taking advantage of our products that we have here? So we need to take an open and honest and transparent approach. Building a culture of intentionality. Are we being very intentional with some of the values and live practice things that we've come up with when it comes to some of the concepts behind conscious capitalism and some of the principles that are associated with that? We covered a lot today, and I truly want to thank you for the time that you spent with us today. These are some tough conversations to wade through, but as we well know, we are well built to be able to handle some of these changes and well built to be able to handle the future as we move forward as an agency. So I want to thank you once again for being here today. Here are some of the cited things for reference behind some of the concepts and things that I was able to present today. So thanks for your time, and you have a wonderful day.